Time again for another installment of the basics, and on today's show I want to talk about a little issue that keeps popping up in the Star Trek card game, and this is due to Dominion decks that use a lot of Jem'Hadar personnel. And as I found out just this morning, because I had built yet another Dominion deck as I have over the years, it caused huge problems, and I'll explain how. Now, I've put together several Dominion decks over the years, and they always have had the same problem, and I thought there was a way to overcome it. So I put together a new Dominion deck just the other day, and I played a round of my newly created Solitaire this morning, and the same issue happened in Solitaire as it did when I used to play with friends, and even a couple tournaments with the Dominion deck, and that is the fact that when you play with Dominion, you do need a certain amount of Jem'Hadar to make the deck work, because let's face it, they really help with away team missions, and especially certain overloaded dilemmas, and they will get you through a lot of those. You need Jem'Hadar in your away team and on several of your ships. The problem is, just like in the TV series Deep Space Nine, the Jem'Hadar rely on ketracel-white. This comes in the form of an equipment card. Now I have 10 of these. This is all the ketracel-white that I've amassed over the years. And the problem with it is it has a countdown of 3 turns. So wherever your Jem'Hadar are located, whether they're on a ship or on an outpost, you have to have a ketracel-white at each of those places. And it counts down in 3 turns. Now, as the card states, it prevents white deprivation. And that means if you run out of ketracel-white, your Jem'Hadar go nuts and kill everybody and everything, and themselves, and they become pretty much useless. If you have Vorta present, they can ration the ketracel-white. They can just ration 1, so it prevents a countdown for a turn. That's a very small stopgap measure, and I've noticed over the years, even with all of my ketracel-white in the deck, everything still counts down too quickly throughout the turns, and most of my Jem'Hadar, if not all of them, end up dying, unless you happen to be in an extremely short game with an opponent that wipes the floor with you, but it's never happened. The Dominion is supposed to be a power deck, but the Jem'Hadar problem is just that. It's a huge problem. And aside from the fact that you need the ketracel-white in the deck, when you have 10 or more ketracel-white equipment cards, that takes up a lot of space in your deck. You can't weigh your deck down with so much equipment. For the Jem'Hadar, you need the weapons as well. The Ketracel, the pistol disruptor, the rifle disruptor. You need other types of equipment in there for the deck to work properly, especially for away team battles. And when you overload it with the ketracel-white just to save your guys from dying all the time or killing everybody, it's a pain in the ass. And that happened again, and that's why this incarnation of my Dominion deck only lasted 2 days, and I've already pulled it apart. I'm not sure what all of you other players of the game think, but I believe it was an oversight to give it a countdown of only 3 turns. I would have gone 5 or 6 per card, because that would have made it a little bit more easier to manage throughout the course of the game. As you see in the TV series, they constantly get new white from the Vorta, whether on screen or off screen. So I would have incorporated that more into the game and had a longer countdown instead of just 3 turns. Because in a normal game, and this goes back to when I played regular games with the Dominion deck and a tournament, I ran out of ketracel-white well before the end of the game, and then I played my Solitaire this morning, and I ran out very quickly. So, there you have it. But let me know what you think. Post some comments on this video. I want to know what everyone thinks about the ketracel-white in the game. Have a great day, everybody.